Hey guys, welcome back to RC Dad. Today on the bench, as you see here, I got the Traxxas TRX4, and I'm going to do a review on this truck. I've had it for quite a few months now, and I've run quite a few batteries through it, and feel like I've given it a good run, and able to do a good review on it. I'm going to start off saying, if you're thinking about buying the Traxxas TRX4, I would highly suggest it. It comes in many packages. You got the Sport, you got the Land Rover edition, the Bronco edition, the ones with the locking and unlocking diffs, 2-speed transmission. You can get it in the build kit as you see here. I built it, and I'd recommend doing that. And I also like doing that, in my opinion, because then I know how everything works. So when I have problems, I can figure it out. The only downside of that is you save some money on buying the kit. You know how it works. But then if you want to run one of the Traxxas body, if you've been looking and watching, it gets kind of expensive. You're looking at, for a body done, $150 and up, with the licensed bodies and stuff. Very nice. I don't have one, so I can't really say anything about them. They look sharp. But here I got the Proline Ford Raptor body on there. Thought I'd go a little different than what everyone else has. But I would say overall on this truck from Traxxas, they've done a really good job and got all areas covered, and definitely worth the money in any form that you buy it, from the Sport all the way up to the R2R or the kit version. Definitely worth the money for this RC crawler. It's well worth your money, like I'm saying. It's worth in any form. So I'd highly recommend this truck, because the things that you get and the options is totally worth its value. And Traxxas does a few things other people that for the money that you won't even get, and you'll spend actually even more on some of these crawler trucks that are out there today. I'm going to start taking off the body here. I have made some changes and added a few things. As you can see here, I hopped up the motor. I changed the ESC. I have not had any problems with the motor or the ESC. I just preferred a little bit more power. I just recently, the other night, changed this all out. So I have been running the Traxxas hardware in here. As you see, I added a winch. I feel every truck needs a winch. And I changed the tires out. I put the Proline aluminum beadlock wheel system on here with the Proline Hyrax tires. Nothing wrong with the rims that are on here. I did it for looks and a little bit more performance. The tires weren't bad. They worked well. I just wanted a little bit more, and just for looks, really is why I changed all that. I also, on this kit, you can see that I changed the shocks. I put a bigger bore shock on there. They were a little light, a little lacking to me on the shock end of everything. And the other thing that I did is I locked my diffs permanently in lock. I had problems with the one servo. Stopped working, so I just zip tied the two lines inward, and that just locks my diff. I don't think this is a feature that I'm going to miss too much. I used it. Not a lot. On and off with locking and unlocking. It's definitely a cool feature, but after it broke, it's just something else that can go wrong. And like I said, Traxxas offers this truck without the diff locking system on it. So, if you buy the Sport model, I don't think you'll be cheated or be missing anything. It's just, another thing to go wrong, and not really something I really used a lot. I crawl this truck, so I'm not going in and out, locking and unlocking the diffs. Very cool, but, just not, I never really used it that much. So I decided when it broke, to to keep it out. And I'm probably looking forward to Traxxas sells the part to go into the diff to permanently lock the diff. So I'll look into that in the future to doing that. So upon the tires and rims and the shocks that I changed out, I also changed the servo. As you see here, I have two brand new 2075X servos, brand spanking new, barely any dirt on them, because each of these only have a few batteries on them, and they took a crap on me. So I got tired of that, so I put a different servo in there, and I would say that's probably, out of this truck, the weakest area that I have found for this truck. I beat the heck out of this truck, and it's done well. It climbs. Love the portal hubs, and definitely a nice setup. I also now changed out the remote, because now I upgraded to my Spectrum. The only reason, there's nothing wrong with this remote. Good remote, works well. I just don't like how when you need to change things, you gotta go through the menu buttons and tones and listen with audible sounds. I kind of like seeing what I'm doing on this remote and just setting it and being done with it. I don't want to sit there counting beeps and tones. I just think it's more user friendly. Like I said, there's the tires I changed out. Nothing wrong with them. I just wanted to upgrade, put the Proline Hyrax on there for looks and, you know, a little better performance. Nothing wrong with those tires. They worked great, fine for what they were doing, and it worked. So like I said, this vehicle, I would highly recommend it. Great truck, especially if you're starting, just getting into the hobby. You can't go wrong for the price on this and what you get with the locking diffs, the 2-speed transmission, and everything else on this. For, you know, especially if you buy an R2R kit, great truck to have. A good area to start. And like I said, it's definitely worth the money. You know, the price tag of 500 and change is, you know, a little steep, but there's other kits out there. You only get the kits that cost that much. You don't get nearly as many options as this thing has. Another great feature on here I want to mention quick is I like the options with the battery trays. You know, I throw the bigger battery in there, set it in the middle, and go for a long time and run. It'll take the nice big batteries, a nice lockdown system, no problem with it. Very quick, very easy. Tab down, out, open. Put the battery strap back down, battery in, battery locked. I've had no problems with it. Holds the battery great. The other nice feature I really enjoyed about this truck is the strap up front, where you can put another smaller battery. And what I use on this is when I'm on my indoor crawler course at my house here, I throw that smaller battery up front to change the weight distribution a little bit, which is awesome because I'm not running long and it works great. And then when I'm out on the trail, I put the same smaller battery in there, and I can run a separate power source, and it'll hold my battery to run my winch. So that's my overview of this truck. On the fun factor there, I'm going to give this truck an 8 out of 10. The boys and I have had a great time with this truck. They beat the crap out of it, and it's held up. The only true problems that I have had seem to be the servos. I think the price is fair for what you get out of this truck, and the price for the toughness of this truck. Like I said, besides the problems with the servos, mainly the steering servo, and just recently my diff locking servo, I have it's the only true problems that I've had with this truck. I've had the wheels, you know, this thing twisted and bent up, and wheels locked up, no dry shafts breaking, nothing. And it's been run through its paces, as you can see. It's used, and it's held it true to the test. And I think for the value, for what they're asking for this and the things that you get, it's a great deal. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. If you got any questions, please comment, send me a message. I'll try to answer your questions the best I can. Thanks for watching RC Dad. Please click the like button. Hit the subscribe, please, guys. Please, please, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time out on the trails. See you later. Thanks for watching.